So, the most hated stance car on the internet allegedly was vandalized and set on fire. I say allegedly because there's a lot of controversy revolving around this situation. So, today we're going to dive into it and give you guys some facts as well as my own opinion about this whole situation. Before we get into the whole car being vandalized ordeal, let's first take a step back and figure out how we got to this point. If you haven't been living under a rock for the last few months, you've probably in some way, shape, or form seen this RX-8 floating around the internet. The owner, Luke, who also goes by Stancy Pants on Instagram, has managed to really set the car community on fire with this particular RX-8 that he's built. From what I can tell, he's had a decent following and internet presence with this car since about early 2020, where it seems that the car started to go more towards the extreme side of things. It wasn't until here recently that he started to gain a lot of traction on social media, both good and bad. This pretty much all started when a video of him pulling the car onto a trailer at Slammed Enough Gatlinburg went viral.
Stuck in the trailer.
People absolutely lost their minds when they saw this video, and it seemed like an all-out war started between people who love arguably excessive stance and people who think stance is the dumbest thing to ever exist. Everywhere you went on social media, it seemed like someone was arguing about this car. Shortly after this video went viral, we got an interview with the owner of this car put together by a guy on YouTube named Alex Martini, and it really helped answer a lot of questions about what happened on the trailer and let us know a little bit more about Luke, who is the owner of the RX-8.
Is this the car that was like... I saw videos of you like hiking this thing on a trailer. It fell off a trailer, right?
Yep. Well, it almost did. We went like and drove it over the wheels. There's a whole story behind it. I'm Luke. I drive an RX-8, and we got it stuck on a trailer. We were about to get impounded within about 15 minutes, so we had to drive it on the trailer as fast as possible. Usually it takes us about an hour just to get the car onto the trailer, but I just sent it up. I had 15 minutes. The cop said, we're gonna impound your car right here if you can't get on this trailer. So I drove it up and it flew off to the side.
Why would you build it this way when you got a lot of people that may not agree with what you're doing?
Because I want to.
Do you still enjoy the scene regardless of the amount of hate you get?
100%. Yeah.
Why?
Because everyone here is friendly. I'm friends with everyone here. I don't care what you drive. I don't care if it's bagged. I don't care if it's static. I don't care if it has no camber, if it has camber. You drive your car because you want to drive your car, and I drive my car because I want to drive.
After watching this clip, Luke seemed to be a really down-to-earth and cool guy, and I personally gained a lot of respect for him. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of his car personally, I think extreme level of stance cars is a bit ridiculous, but at the same time, I can respect the level of commitment and effort it takes to achieve a build like this. Moving back to the interview with Luke, that video also went viral, and it seemed as if a lot of people really started to give him some respect and say, hey, it may not be my style, but props on the work that you put in. Fast forward a couple of months, the whole trailer video and interview have kind of died off at this point, and not a whole lot else has happened. And then out of nowhere on November 20th, we get a post on Instagram by Luke or Stancy Pants showing this. And the caption reads, I understand a lot of people out there hold hatred towards me, my car, my business, etc. But this is a line that shouldn't be crossed. Endangering lives by blowing up a vehicle on the road next to people's homes is not alright in any way, shape, or form. Whether you have animosity towards me or not, I do not accept acts of violence or hatred such as this to anyone or anything. So initially, after seeing this post and reading what he had to say, I was like, damn. Some people in this world are just absolutely crazy. Like, why in the world would somebody do something like this? Yeah, his car may not be everyone's cup of tea, but to go out of your way and set it on fire is wild. So I kind of felt bad for the guy. Now, this is where things start to get a little controversial. So go ahead, grab your favorite snack, buckle up, and let's dig into it. So if you go to his post on Instagram and you start going through the comments, you'll see a lot of people saying, you know, I'm sorry this happened, or who would do this, you know, stuff like that. People kind of feeling for the guy a little bit. But when you scroll through, you'll start to see a lot of people are actually a bit skeptical. And it seems as if everyone's starting to shift from, wow, who would do such a thing, to did somebody actually blow it up, or did it just catch on fire because of how the car is built? And then a few people were even asking about camera footage from the neighbors, which I guess that was mentioned somewhere. I haven't seen anything about that, but majority of the comments are people asking for the camera footage. So right here, I have a few screenshots from TikTok The people who made the video, their names are on the screen. I can't remember them off the top of my head. But apparently they show Snapchat updates from Luke himself, sort of explaining what happened as it was happening, I guess. So it was kind of like he just took the Snapchat videos, pictures, wrote on the screen, and was explaining it as it was unfolding, sort of. Now, this is quite a bit to keep up with, and the story continues to unfold as each day goes by. But I just wanted to give you guys my viewpoint and sort of explain how I see it. To me, he seems like the typical stance guy who builds his car to piss people off, which you can actually see if you look at his Instagram bio. It literally says something like that. And to me, it seems more likely that the car actually did just happen to catch on fire and no one blew it up or set it on fire. The whole thing is he's saying somebody vandalized the car, somebody blew it up, set it on fire purposely. The comments is, just a lot of people saying, okay, did somebody actually vandalize it? Was this actually arson, or did the car just catch on fire because it's a stance car? You have a lot of lights on the car. These RX-8s are known to have recalls saying these cars randomly catch on fire due to certain issues. And a lot of people are just back and forth on trying to figure out the whole story on this thing, and we really haven't gotten a whole lot of updates on it. So a guy on TikTok, his name is Twitch_MasterFlex. He made a video response talking about how coincidental it is that the car caught fire right where the fuse box is.
Another thing, these are aluminum hoods. They melt pretty easily, right? If you look on an RX-8, what is right below the melted spot on his car, I wonder what started the fire.
And after seeing that, it kind of leads me to believe that maybe the car actually did just catch on fire due to, a number of different things, but that seems to be more than likely what happened. Now, I want to say I'm not here to hate on the guy. Clearly, he gets plenty of that. I just thought it was a pretty interesting story and wanted to share my thoughts and opinions on it. Do I hate the guy? No. Do I hate his car? Also no. Is this build my style? Absolutely not. But at the end of the day, whether the car caught on fire accidentally or someone actually did blow it up, it's still a shame that the guy is going through something like this. As a car enthusiast, I'm super passionate about the cars that I own, and I would be absolutely devastated if one of my cars ended up like this. So let me know what you guys think about this whole situation down in the comments. Do you think someone vandalized it, or do you think it was just an accident? I appreciate those of you who made it this far into the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.